Hello students and welcome to Chemistry at JP's Academy. Students, in today's one-shot lecture, we are going to cover one of the most important chapters in physical chemistry, and that is electrochemistry. Students, in this chapter, we will cover all the concepts which are very important for JEE, for NEET and also for your boards. So before we start the chapter, I request everyone to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Students, we will divide the chapter into two parts. In first part of the chapter, where we will study about the electrochemical cells, where we will study about galvanic cell, then we will study about electrolytic cells, we will also study about conduction, and then we will study about batteries and finally corrosion. So let's start. Students, the first topic that we have is what exactly is a galvanic cell. Students, a galvanic cell is a cell in which a spontaneous chemical reaction takes place. What exactly, students, is a spontaneous chemical reaction? It is a reaction which takes place on its own. That is, you may have to initiate the reaction, or a reaction which takes place on its own is a spontaneous redox reaction. So in a galvanic cell, a spontaneous redox reaction takes place which converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Let's understand Daniell cell, which helps us understand galvanic cell. In galvanic cell here, students, we have a zinc electrode which is dipped in a solution of zinc sulfate, and I have a copper electrode which is dipped in a solution of copper sulfate. What happens here, students, is zinc from the rod comes into the solution in the form of zinc ions and oxidation takes place. The electrode at which oxidation takes place is called as the anode. Now these electrons which are then present on the zinc rod, they travel through the external circuit, and these electrons then come onto the copper rod. The copper ions from the solution, the Cu2 plus ions from the solution, accept these two electrons and they deposit on the copper rod. This process of gaining electrons is called as reduction, and at the cathode, reduction takes place. So students, remember anode and cathode in the form of the process which is taking place, that is oxidation at the cathode, oxidation at the anode and reduction at the cathode. Now students, as the reaction continues, more and more zinc ions come into the zinc sulfate solution, and at the same time copper ions from the copper solution are deposited on the rod, as a result of which there are too many Zn2 plus ions in the solution, and there are a lesser number of positive and more SO4 2 minus ions in this solution, and hence due to this disparity the cell stops functioning. In order for it to function or continue functioning, we introduce something called as a salt bridge. In further slides, we'll study salt bridge in detail, but I'll just give you an introduction. Salt bridge helps maintain electrical neutrality. Since this solution becomes highly positive, salt solution, the salt bridge, which is a mixture of a gel, agar gel and KCl in this case, will start releasing the negative ions, and over here, since this solution will become highly negative, it will start releasing positive ions, thus maintaining electrical neutrality. If we want to understand the overall reaction, the reaction at the cathode plus reaction at the anode, we get this, students, as the overall reaction. Now the entire Daniell cell over here can be represented with the help of a very important representation which is called as cell representation. In cell representation, the anode part of the galvanic cell is represented on the left hand side, the cathodic part of the galvanic cell is represented on the RHS. Now on the left hand side, zinc underwent oxidation. So zinc over here gets converted into Zn2 plus. A single line over here represents a change of phase. So Zn solid becoming Zn2 plus. Similarly, when you see a double line, it indicates a change of electrode. You can also say it indicates a salt bridge. So over here, Cu2 plus ions at the cathode got converted into copper. Daniel's cell provides us a potential of about 1.1 volt. Now, we know that Daniel cells provides a potential of around 1.1 volt. Now students, what if externally we provide to the Daniel cell a potential which is less than 1.1 volt? Now when students we are supplying potential less than 1.1 volt, the reaction which was taking place where electrons were flowing from the zinc rod to the copper rod, that continues. So the normal process which was happening, that continues when we supply a potential which is less than 1.1 volt. Now what happens if I supply potential which is equal to 1.1 volt? So Daniel cell is trying to supply a potential of 1.1. Externally we are supplying a potential of 1.1. So there is a conflict, and what happens over there is that there is no flow of current. Now students, in the third case where we apply a potential which is greater than 1.1 volt. So Daniel cell produces 1.1, but externally we are trying to provide external potential which is greater than 1.1 volt. In that case, all the reactions would reverse or would change. So electrons start flowing from the copper electrode towards the zinc electrode, and zinc is deposited at the zinc rod and copper rod gets corroded. That is what happens in these three different conditions. Now students, what exactly is salt bridge? Salt bridge plays a very important role in the functioning of electrochemical cell. I have written all the important points for salt bridge over here. Salt bridge maintains electrical neutrality. It completes the electrical circuit. It prevents, very important, called as liquid junction potential drop. Since this is one shot, I cannot explain what liquid junction potential drop is, but I have explained that in the electrochemical normal lectures, which I will put in the description. Now students, we cannot use any salt in the salt bridge. That is also very important. So which type of salts should be used in the salt bridge? First condition, that the salt should be highly ionic. The ions should not form any complex with the ions which are already present in the solution. And a very important third point, both cation and anion should have the same ionic mobility. A very important point to note students, if Ag plus, Hg22 plus, Pb2 plus or Tl plus are present, then we cannot use KCl in the salt bridge because they will form complex. Now students, we need to understand what are the different types of electrodes. We understood that in Daniel's cell, the anode was made up of zinc rod which was dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and the cathode was made up of copper rod which was dipped in copper sulfate solution. But let's understand what are the different types of electrodes. Each anode and cathode is called as a half electrode. So what are these electrodes made up of? The first electrode we have already studied. Zinc dipped in zinc sulfate solution is metal. A metal rod, just like zinc, was dipped in Zn sulfate. So it is dipped in its own solution containing its own ions. For example, over here students, we have taken metal as M dipped in Mn plus, metal ion electrode. What is the reaction? This electrode students can be used as a cathode. It can also be used as an anode. If it is used as a cathode, just we did that in Daniel cell, reduction will take place, so that metal ions will accept electrons and deposit on the rod. In case if it is behaving like a cathode, as an anode, then the metal ions from the metal rod will come into the solution. The metal rod will corrode, and that is oxidation. The second type of electrode, which is very important, it's called as gas ion electrode, which we will also study a very important electrode in that, which is called as the standard hydrogen electrode. But first students, let's understand what do you mean by a gas ion electrode, which is also used as a reference electrode. Now students, in a gas ion electrode, see, I cannot make एन इलेक्ट्रोड आउट ऑफ अ गैस, अब हाइड्रोजन का इलेक्ट्रोड तो हम बना नहीं सकते, तो हम क्या करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, वी टेक एन इनर्ट इलेक्ट्रोड, फॉर एग्जाम्पल platinum or graphite, and on platinum or graphite hydrogen gas is adsorbed. Let me say that again, it is adsorbed, and then that is dipped in a solution of H plus ions. So we have a platinum or an inert electrode. यहाँ से we will bubble hydrogen gas, so that hydrogen gas is adsorbed on the electrode. It starts behaving like a gas electrode, and in the solution we have 1 molar H plus ions. Now this is used as a reference electrode. A reference electrode is an electrode which is used to measure the potential of the other electrode which is present in the cell. Now SHE or standard hydrogen electrode can behave like a cathode. It can also behave like an anode, depending upon students how we use it. When it behaves like a cathode, where reduction takes place, the H plus ions converted to H2 and its cell representation is written over here. Now students, observe one thing very carefully. Whenever there is a change in phase, we put a single line, and over here hydrogen gas, not only that is mentioned, but the inert electrode platinum which is used, even that is mentioned, and यहाँ पे कॉमा डाला है, but students आप यहाँ पर भी एक single dash डाल सकते हैं, even that is correct. And similarly same SHE or standard hydrogen electrode can be used as an anode. When it is used as an anode, oxidation takes place. The same reaction students we can see written opposite, where hydrogen gas is getting oxidized to H plus ions, and this is the cell representation. SHE का सबसे important point students that we have is in standard hydrogen electrode the potential developed is taken as 0. So जब हम SHE लेके कोई सेल बनाते हैं, SHE का potential itself is 0. So जो सेल का potential आएगा, that would be the potential of the other metal ion or the other electrode which is used in making that cell. और ये बहुत important है, because using this what was made is the standard electrochemical series. Now students, in the electrochemical series what we can see over here is that fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. It has the highest standard reduction potential value of 2.87, and as I go from top to bottom, what I observe is that the standard reduction potential goes on decreasing, and I have lithium over here जिसकी standard reduction potential value is -3. That also tells us that lithium is the strongest reducing agent. तो अगर आप नीचे से ऊपर जाएं, you can say that it is arranged in increasing strength of oxidizing agents, या vice versa, ऊपर से नीचे जाए increasing strength of reducing agents. Very important electrochemical series. और यहाँ पे हम हाइड्रोजन देखें तो हाइड्रोजन की स्ट्रेंथ इज 0. इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सीरीज थोड़ी याद रखने भी ज़रूरी है. इन द नॉर्मल लेक्चर्स वी हैव रिटन अ mnemonic for the same. I would request students to please go and watch that playlist. Now the next type of electrode students which is very important, that acha one more point I'm sorry I forgot. Students, there are other reference electrodes which we have calomel electrode, we also have quinhydrone electrode. JEE advanced perspective से ये सारे electrodes पढ़ना भी important हैं. The next type of electrode students that we have is called as metal sparingly soluble salt electrode. Now students, sparingly soluble salt electrode सबने पढ़ा होगा as sparingly soluble salt in ionic equilibrium. A sparingly soluble salt, as the name suggests, it will not dissociate. So students, what happens is आपका, let's say we take a salt like AgCl, it will not dissociate to produce any Ag plus ions. So वो हम salt से direct ions को reduce करके deposit तो हम कर नहीं सकते. and that is why in that case we use a metal sparingly soluble salt electrode. I will tell you the basic setup. यहाँ पे हमारे पास यहाँ पे है सिल्वर एंड यहाँ पे सिल्वर हमारे पास रॉड है, एंड ओवर हियर वी हैव अ जेल which contains your sparingly soluble salt. आपका sparingly soluble salt है AgCl, तो आप बोल सकते हैं यहाँ पे जेल प्लस AgCl प्रेजेंट है, एंड इन द सोल्यूशन वी हैव अ कॉमन अनायन. तो हमारे पास एक ऐसा सॉल्ट सोल्यूशन होगा जिसमें कॉमन अनायन है. इन दिस केस इट इज Cl माइनस. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स वी नो दैट sparingly soluble salts such as AgCl, it has very low Ksp value, and hence if we dissolve AgCl we get very few Ag plus ions. The gel over here keeps in contact with Ag. So what happens over here, instead of the Ag plus ions in the solution getting reduced, ये directly जो यहाँ पे gel के साथ AgCl थे that directly gets reduced. So the AgCl which was present along with gel that gets reduced and we get Ag and Cl minus. The cell representation is mentioned over here. हम इसके बारे में एक और पॉइंट डिस्कस करेंगे आगे के स्लाइड्स में. Next students, electrode potential, very important point. What exactly is electrode potential? Now students, we know that when a metal rod is dipped in its own ion solution, और जब हम cell potential करते हैं, जब हम galvanic cell run करते हैं, so कहीं पे किस on certain electrodes there will be oxidation, in other electrode there is reduction, so there is a difference in potential which is generated. This difference in potential को हम बोलते हैं electrode potential. When a strip of a metal is brought in contact with solution containing its own ions, either the strip of the metal gets positively charged or negatively charged. It depends कि वहाँ पे oxidation हो रहा है, वहाँ पे reduction हो रहा है, and depending upon that it develops a potential, and that potential is called as electrode potential. Now students, the value of electrode potential depends on three very important factors, which is nature of the electrode, concentration of the solution and temperature. Now at unit concentration 1 molar, at 298 Kelvin and at 1 atmospheric pressure, the potential which is developed, that potential students is called as standard electrode potential, and usually this potential is measured for reduction. Unless specified, the electrode potential is always measured is always reduction potential, जिसको हम स्टैंडर्ड रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल या SRP बुलाते हैं. सो यूजिंग दिस स्टैंडर्ड रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल, अगर हम ऑक्सीडेशन के लिए इसको ढूंढे तो हम उसे स्टैंडर्ड ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल भी बोलते हैं. हम गैल्वेनिक सेल का सेल पोटेंशियल ढूंढ सकते हैं विच इज गिवन बाय द फॉर्मूला. द स्टैंडर्ड पोटेंशियल ऑफ एनी सेल इज द स्टैंडर्ड रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल ऑफ कैथोड minus the standard reduction potential of anode. Now students, reduction potential and oxidation potential के बीच में क्या relation है? SRP will always be the negative of SOP. So हमने थोड़ा और formula को modify करके भी हम लिख सकते हैं. Majority of times while doing numericals हम first formula use करते हैं, but that doesn't mean you should not know some other variations of the formula. Now it is not always necessary कि हमारे पास standard conditions ही होंगे for cell. For example, it is not always necessary that the concentration will be 1 molar, that the temperature will be 298 Kelvin and the pressure will be 1 atmosphere. So what if we have non-standard condition? In non-standard condition, if I want to measure cell potential, we use what is called as the Nernst equation. What is Nernst equation? If the concentration and pressure have non-standard values, then we use Nernst equation to calculate the EMF of the cell. The EMF of the cell is given by E naught cell, which is the standard cell potential, minus RT upon NF. Let's understand each parameter. R, as we all know students, is universal constant. 8.314 जूल पर केल्विन पर मोल हम वैल्यू लेते हैं. टेम्परेचर इज द टेम्परेचर एट विच वी आर डूइंग द प्रोसेस. N is number of moles of electrons involved in the reaction, मतलब कितने electrons were involved in reduction and oxidation. F is called as Faraday. Faraday or Farad is the number is the charge on 1 mole of electrons. 1 mole of electrons, students, is Avogadro's number. So Avogadro's number multiplied by the charge on each electron, which is mod, हम mod में ले रहे वैल्यू 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. आप उसको मल्टीप्लाई करो, यू गेट एन अप्रॉक्सीमेट वैल्यू ऑफ 96,500 कूलम. तो हम 1 फराड की वैल्यू स्टूडेंट्स लेते हैं 96,500 इनटू ln ऑफ मोलार concentration active mass of products to that of reactants. या product side में those ions will be present which underwent oxidation. Reactant side में the ions are present which undergo reduction. So आप उसको oxidation by reduction भी लिख सकते हैं. A very important point to note over here, students, is that only aqueous ions and gas are part of Nernst equation. Solids and liquids की active mass we say remains constant, इसलिए will not be part of Nernst equation. अभी एक एग्जाम्पल लेके और एक छोटा सा और पॉइंट समझते हैं, साथ में करते हैं इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट फ्रॉम नर्न्स्ट इक्वेशन. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट कि इफ आई हैव डैनियल सेल का इक्वेशन, हाउ डू आई राइट नर्न्स्ट इक्वेशन फॉर डैनियल सेल का इक्वेशन. वी नो दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू नर्न्स्ट इक्वेशन EMF of a cell is standard cell potential minus, अब ये वैल्यू क्या है 0.05916 स्टूडेंट्स. ये वैल्यू अगर आप यहां देखें तो इफ आई पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ R एज 8.314 and students, if I put the value of temperature as 298 Kelvin and the value of Faraday as 96,500, then हमें क्या मिलता है? When we substitute all that, we get the value 0.05916. यहाँ से students वो value है upon n. N over here, students, will be 2 because over here zinc loses 2 electrons when it undergoes oxidation and copper here gains the 2 electrons. तो n की वैल्यू यहाँ पे 2 हो जाएगी. log of, now students, मैंने क्या बोला था सबसे पहले प्रोडक्ट में आई लुक एट एक्वस आयंस. तो जिंक है तो हमने जिंक लिखा है, जिंक रेज टू 1 बिकॉज यहाँ पे उसकी कोएफिशिएंट भी 1 है, डिवाइडेड बाय कॉपर की भी कोएफिशिएंट 1 है तो हम 1 लिखते हैं वहां पे. ओके, दिस इज हाउ यू राइट नर्न्स्ट इक्वेशन. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, इफ यू कंसिडर द सेम वैल्यू एट इक्विलिब्रियम, at equilibrium, students, we know that E cell will be 0 and the equilibrium expression for this reaction will be Kc is ion product upon constant active mass of the product upon active mass of the reactant. तो यहाँ पे हम लिख सकते हैं log of Kc. So हमें ये दो important expressions मिलते हैं. This is called as the relation between equilibrium constant and standard cell potential. So the equation is 0.05916 upon n log of Kc. यहाँ हम लिख सकते हैं if it is temperature अगर अलग है तो 2.303 RT upon NF log of Kc to the base 10. Please make sure students आप अच्छे से इस ये वीडियो यूज करके you can make short notes which can help you in further revisions. Next students, we have the relation between electrochemical cell and Gibbs energy. Students, if you remember thermodynamics, so Gibbs helps us understand the spontaneity of a process. If the change in Gibbs energy delta G is negative, हम बोल सकते हैं that process is spontaneous. If it is positive, that process is non-spontaneous, and if it is zero, then that process is at equilibrium. Similarly, we can use Gibbs energy and decide whether a cell is spontaneous or not. Before that, let's understand how do you apply Gibbs energy here. So students, let's say n Faraday charge is taken out from a cell where the EMF of the cell is E and electrical work is done. How do you define electrical work over here? Electrical work, students, is charge times potential. Charge हमने देखा था is n into f. F is Faraday and n is the number of electrons which are involved in the reaction, and cell potential nf E naught cell. Hence students, यहाँ पे हमें क्या relation मिलता है? that delta G is minus nf E naught cell. वो minus क्यों आया students? Because from thermodynamics we know that if there is a decrease in Gibbs energy, then we can say that that process is spontaneous. A decrease in Gibbs energy is a measure of reversible or maximum work obtained by system. Next students, we move on to conductance of electrolytic solution. सबसे पहले let's understand what do you mean by an electrolytic conductor, और इसको हम कंपेयर करेंगे. फिजिक्स में बच्चों आपने पढ़ा होगा what is a metallic conductor. So in a metallic conductor, conduction is due to ions, due to electrons. In an electrolytic conductor, the conduction takes place due to ions. In a electrolytic conductor, there is chemical change, decomposition of an electrolyte and transfer of mass takes place. However students, in a metallic conductor there is no chemical change. Resistance is due to interionic attraction in an electrolytic conductor. However students, in a metallic conductor resistance is due to the free electrons, the motion of free electrons. Now as hydration increases, the size of the hydrated ion increases, the mobility of ion decreases. I am sure students in inorganic chemistry आपने ये पढ़ा होगा, and conductivity decreases. As viscosity increases, also conductivity decreases, and as temperature increases, conductivity increases and resistance decreases. Metallic conductor आपने पढ़ा होगा, as temperature increases, resistance also increases. Now, the conductivity of an electrolytic solution depends upon the following parameters. It depends upon the nature of the electrolyte, it depends upon the size of the ions and their solvation. ये जो हमने points पहले पढ़े थे, more or less they are the same. It depends upon the nature of the solvent and its viscosity, concentration and temperature. Moving ahead. Now students, if I have a conductivity cell, how do I measure its resistance? आप लोगों ने स्टूडेंट्स फिजिक्स में व्हीटस्टोन ब्रिज पढ़ा होगा, तो somewhat similar we also use here to measure the resistance of a conductivity cell. The unknown resistance can be measured with the help of Wheatstone bridge and a specially designed vessel called as the conductivity cell. Now what exactly is a conductivity cell? Conductivity cell में students we have two electrodes, हमारा electrolyte बीच में होगा, and we can define resistance using the formula resistance of a conductivity cell. R is equal to rho L over A, where we know that rho is resistivity. L over here students is the distance between the electrodes. Physics में भी आपने ये formula पढ़ा होगा, as L is the length of the conductor, but over here L is defined as the distance between the electrode and A is the cross sectional area of the electrode. ये जो conductivity cell है वो आप यहाँ पे connect करते हैं आपके Wheatstone bridge पे, and then जब there is no deflection तो you can say that the resistances are balanced, and then आप उसको फिजिक्स में कैलकुलेट करते हैं. मोर और लेस वी यूज द सेम मेथड ओवर हियर, बट ये फॉर्मूला स्टूडेंट्स रेजिस्टेंस का, वेयर आर इज रो एल बाय ए, ये आपको याद रखना है. एल अपॉन ए इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज सेल कॉन्स्टेंट. मेक श्योर you write all this down. These formulas are very important for numericals. JEE mains में तो students आपको directly formula substitution वाले numericals आते हैं, and even your boards from all this. Now students, once the cell constant and the resistance of the cell is determined, we can calculate what is called as the conductivity of the cell. Let's understand what is conductivity. Conductivity, as the name suggests, is the conduction of ions per unit volume in a conductivity cell. So, students, rho is resistivity. So, the reciprocal of resistivity is conductivity, which is given by the symbol kappa. एंड हम रेजिस्टिविटी का जब फॉर्मूला सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दे तो हमें कंडक्टिविटी के लिए फॉर्मूला मिलता है 1/r L by A, और इट कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज B by R, where B is cell constant. The unit for kappa is ohm inverse or Siemens centimeter inverse or mho centimeter inverse. अगर the distance between the electrode and the area of the cross section, if it is measured in meters, तो हम same formula को लिख सकते हैं in terms of meter inverse. Then the conductivity, अगर हमारे पास 1 mole of ions हैं तो the conductivity of the quantity of the solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte is called as molar conductivity. In other words, molar conductivity is the conductivity of 1 mole of ions. Conductivity is the conduction of ions per unit volume. Volume, आपको ये चीज ध्यान में रखनी है. When we talk in terms of conductivity, we talk in terms of per unit volume, but when we talk in terms of molar conductivity, it is the quantity of the solution, the volume of solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte, which is given by the expression lambda m is equal to kappa by C. Over here, students, depending upon what is the unit for kappa, lambda m can have two formulas. For example, if kappa is expressed in terms of Siemens meter inverse, then the concentration is in terms of mole per meter cube, then lambda m का formula है students kappa by 1000 C. I repeat, यहाँ पे आपको kappa का formula देखना है. If kappa is given in terms of Siemens meter inverse, if it is given in terms of centimeter inverse, then lambda m will be written in the form of 1000 kappa by C. Variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with volume. Now students, as volume increases, dilution increases, और आप बोल सकते हो concentration decreases. So as dilution increases, kappa decreases or conductivity decreases and the molar conductivity increases. ये आपको पॉइंट ध्यान में रखना है. I repeat, as dilution increases, kappa decreases, molar conductivity increases. Simple words में, if we need to understand why, so as dilution increases, students, the number of ions per unit volume will decrease. तो kappa decrease हो गया, but the number of ions altogether will increase. So lambda m increase हो गया. It is as simple as that. Now, यहाँ पे हमने प्लॉट भी किया है स्टूडेंट्स. तो यहाँ पे इफ यू सी देयर आर 2 प्लॉट्स. इफ यू सी जो लीनियर प्लॉट है वो हमारी स्ट्रॉन्ग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट के लिए है, वेयर दिस इज द चेंज ऑफ मोलार कंडक्टिविटी विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. हम इसको उल्टा देखेंगे. सो एज कॉन्सेंट्रेशन और डाइल्यूशन विल इंक्रीज और एज कॉन्सेंट्रेशन विल डिक्रीज, the molar conductivity will increase. और ये जो एक्सपोनेंशियल प्लॉट जैसे हमें दिख रहा है, that is for weak electrolyte. Graph students is very important. Now if we keep on diluting, we keep on increasing the volume, so the concentration will approach 0. So when concentration approaches 0, the molar conductivity also is reaches a point which is called as limiting molar conductivity, lambda m naught. Students, हम इसे ऐसे भी पढ़ते हैं, which is called as molar conductivity at infinite dilution या molar conductivity at 0 concentration. For strong electrolytes, ये जो हमने ये वाला प्लॉट देखा स्टूडेंट्स, for strong electrolyte lambda m increases slowly with dilution, and it is given by the equation lambda m is minus a root c plus lambda m naught, where a is called as it depends upon the type of electrolyte, and if it is the same type of electrolyte, then they will have the same value. The charge or cation and anion produced on the dissociation of the electrolyte. So A depends upon the charge which is developed, and it depends upon the type of electrolyte. For example, this is Na plus एंड Cl इज -1, तो हम इसे 1,1 टाइप इलेक्ट्रोलाइट बोलते हैं. Mg इज +2 एंड Cl इज -1, तो इसे हम 2,1 टाइप इलेक्ट्रोलाइट बोलते हैं. Mg और इज +2, SO4 टोटल इज -2, so हम 2,2 टाइप ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलाइट बोलते हैं. Very important, all electrolytes of a particular type will have the same value for A. Let's continue students. अब हमने weak electrolyte का प्लॉट देखा था. Weak electrolytes like acetic acid, ethanoic acid have lower degree of dissociation. We know that they don't dissociate उतना dissociate वो नहीं होते. So at higher concentration, and hence for such electrolytes the change in lambda m with dilution increases due to increase in the degree of dissociation, and that increase is more steep. Lambda m increases steeply on dilution at lower concentration. The lambda m naught limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolyte is obtained by using what is something called as Kulroch's law of independent migration of ions. Let's understand students what exactly is Kulroch's law of independent migration of ions. So we can say that at infinite dilution the molar conductivity, molar conductance of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of molar conductivity of individual ions, can be represented as the sum of molar conductance of its cation and anion. They function independently. The cations and anions of that electrolyte will function independently. Limiting molar conductivity is the sum of individual contribution of cations and anions. In simple words students, if I want to know the limiting molar conductivity for acetic acid, for ethanoic acid, I know that it is made up of acetate ion and H plus ions. So if I sum up the molar conductivity of acetate ion and H plus ions, वही होगी the limiting molar conductivity for CH3 COOH. एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एप्लीकेशन इसका ये है स्टूडेंट्स कि आप इसको मैथमेटिकली सॉल्व करके यू कैन फाइंड द लिमिटिंग मोलर कंडक्टिविटी फॉर डिफरेंट इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स. अल्फा स्टूडेंट्स इज कॉल्ड एज द डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन. सो डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन भी हम ढूंढ सकते हैं यूजिंग द एक्सप्रेशन मोलर कंडक्टिविटी अपॉन लिमिटिंग मोलर कंडक्टिविटी, एंड उससे हम डिसोसिएशन कांस्टेंट निकाल सकते हैं जो हमें एक्सप्रेशन पता है विच इज अल्फा स्क्वायर C अपॉन 1 माइनस अल्फा. आयनिक मोबिलिटी भी हम निकाल सकते हैं विच इज गिवन बाय द एक्सप्रेशन लैम्डा m नॉट अपॉन 96,500. Now students, we move on to electrolytic cell and electrolysis of different electrolytes. So सबसे पहले students, what is an electrolytic cell? An electrolytic cell is where a non-spontaneous redox reaction takes place. Students, what's a non-spontaneous redox reaction? जो redox reaction खुद पे नहीं होता. So in electrolytic cell को we need to continuously supply energy for the reaction to take place. So a non-spontaneous redox reaction takes place, and this redox reaction converts electrical energy to chemical energy. इसलिए जब आप आपका फ़ोन चार्ज कर रहे हो, आप कंटिन्यूस इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करते हो और आपकी फ़ोन की बैटरी चार्ज होती है. नाउ ओवर हियर स्टूडेंट्स, सो हम सबसे पहले लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ फ्यूज्ड या मोल्टन NaCl. आपके पास अगर मोल्टन NaCl है तो हमारे इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक हमारे सोल्यूशन में देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ Na प्लस आयंस एंड Cl माइनस आयंस. ये हमारे पास दो इनर्ट इलेक्ट्रोड्स है विच आर कनेक्टेड टू एन एक्सटर्नल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. यहाँ पे वो बैटरी है, बैटरी पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, यहाँ पे नेगेटिव चार्ज है. Na प्लस आयंस स्टूडेंट्स, सिंस Na पे प्लस चार्ज है, इट विल गो टूवर्ड्स द नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड, एंड Cl माइनस पे नेगेटिव चार्ज है, सो इट विल गो टूवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड. Now Na plus ion goes towards the negative electrode. यहाँ पे it gains electrons and gets deposited as sodium metal. Now students, let's understand this. The E0 value हमने देखा है for reduction of sodium is -2.71. This clearly tells us that sodium तो एक अच्छा reducing agent है. यहाँ हम forcefully Na plus ion को reduce करा रहे हैं, and that is why we say that it's a non-spontaneous redox reaction. Similarly, Cl minus goes towards the positive electrode and Cl का oxidation होता है. यहाँ पे students हमने SOP value लिखा है. Please note this is the SOP value एंड यहाँ पे दिस इज द SRP वैल्यू, एंड क्लियरली हमें यहाँ पे भी समझता है दैट chlorine is a really good oxidizing agent, but we are forcing it, hence it's a non-spontaneous. It will not happen on its own. वो external battery की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. Now students, जहाँ पे reduction हुआ वो हो गया हमारा cathode, जहाँ पे oxidation हुआ वो हुआ हमारा anode. इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री में ध्यान रखना है, चार्ज के बेसिस पे इलेक्ट्रोड्स नहीं डिफाइन होंगे. वाई? यहाँ पे कैथोड पे नेगेटिव चार्ज है, आप गैल्वेनिक सेल पे चले जाइए, कैथोड पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज होता है. इसलिए रिमेंबर द इलेक्ट्रोड्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द प्रोसेस विच इज हैपनिंग. कैथोड पे हमेशा रिडक्शन होगा, एनोड पे हमेशा ऑक्सीडेशन होगा. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, इफ वी परफॉर्म द इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ, जो सेकेंड इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस लिखा है यहाँ पे है डाइल्यूट NaOH. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, जब डाइल्यूट NaOH है तो हमें कुछ चीज़ों पे ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. जब डाइल्यूट NaOH की बात होती है तो आपके पास सिर्फ Na+ आयन नहीं है, आपके पास H+ आयन भी है, आपके पास अनडिसोसिएटेड वाटर मॉलिक्यूल भी है. सिमिलरली व्हेन वी हैव कॉन्सेंट Cl- आयन, तो आपके पास सिर्फ Cl- आयन नहीं है, आपके पास OH- आयन भी है, और आपके पास अनडिसोसिएटेड वाटर भी है. बट एकदम इन डिटेल तो नहीं जा पाएंगे, बट आई स्टिल गिव यू एन ओवरव्यू स्टूडेंट्स. H+ एंड OH- तो हमें तो पता है आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम में दैट है 298 केल्विन 10⁻⁻7 होती है उनकी मोलैरिटी. सो उनकी अवेलेबिलिटी बहुत ही कम होती है. सो द चांस दैट H+ विल गो एंड गेट रिड्यूस्ड इज वेरी वेरी लेस. इसको आप और डिटेल में कर सकते हैं. आई विल ऑल्सो शेयर द लिंक जहाँ पे हमने इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ एक्वस NaCl एकदम डिटेल में पढ़ा है. सो कैथोड पे स्टूडेंट्स देयर आर 2 पॉसिबिलिटीज रिएक्शंस की. आपका Na+ का भी रिडक्शन हो सकता है एंड वाटर का भी रिडक्शन हो सकता है, बट जिसकी SRP वैल्यू ज्यादा है, SRP वैल्यू तो इसकी ज्यादा है, सो हाइड्रोजन गैस इज रिलीज बाय द कैथोड. स्टूडेंट्स रिमेंबर, in case of molten NaCl, sodium was deposited, but in case of aqueous NaCl, hydrogen gas will be released at cathode, and similarly at the anode students, ऑक्सीजन रिलीज होना चाहिए था, बिकॉज ऑक्सीजन की SOP ज़्यादा दिख रही है यहाँ पे -1.23, बट वॉट रियली हैपन्स इज क्लोरीन गैस इज रिलीज्ड. तो आपको याद क्या रखना है कि क्लोरीन गैस विल बी रिलीज्ड एट द एनोड during the electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. अब ऑक्सीजन क्यों नहीं होता स्टूडेंट्स? इट इज बिकॉज ड्यू टू अ फिनोमिना कॉल्ड एज ओवर वोल्टेज. हम उतना डिटेल में नहीं जा पाएंगे इन द वन शॉट लेक्चर. सो आपको जो याद रखने हैं वो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स में दे रहा हूं. बेसिकली स्टूडेंट्स, इफ देयर इज इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ एनी इलेक्ट्रोलाइट गिवन, यहाँ पे मैंने आपको इन डिटेल दे दिया है कि डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट द इलेक्ट्रोड प्रेजेंट, आपके प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा एट द एनोड एंड आपका प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा एट द कैथोड. सो मेक श्योर स्टूडेंट्स दैट यू कॉपी दिस एंड आपको ये बहुत काम आ सकती है एग्जाम में. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, the next part is where we study about Faraday's law of electrolysis. What exactly is Faraday's law of electrolysis? So Faraday's law दो parts पे divided है. We have Faraday's first law of electrolysis and we have Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Now what is Faraday's law of electrolysis? Faraday suggests first law tells us that the amount of substance which is liberated or deposited at any electrode, जैसे हमने NaCl के केस में देखा, in case of molten NaCl, Na was deposited at the cathode and chlorine gas was released at the anode. तो कितना सोडियम डिपॉजिट होगा, कितना क्लोरीन गैस लिबरेट होगा, वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट बाय यूजिंग Faraday's laws of electrolysis. And Faraday says that the amount of substance which is liberated or deposited at any electrode depends upon the amount of electricity which is passed through the electrolyte. And so the amount of substance will be depend upon कितना चार्ज कितना पास करते हो. चार्ज तो हम लिखते हैं करंट टाइम्स टाइम. टू रिमूव प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी हम इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं हमारे कांस्टेंट को हम बोलते हैं Z, विच इज इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल इक्विवेलेंट. इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल इक्विवेलेंट स्टूडेंट्स इज गिवन बाय E/F. E stands for equivalent weight. Equivalent weight we know is the atomic weight upon n factor, valency. And F हमने पढ़ा था is Faraday, which is charge on 1 mole of ions. Then we have Faraday's second law. Second law says that if there are cells which are connected in series, आपने फिजिक्स में पढ़ा होगा connection in series, connection in parallel. So when they are connected in series and the same current is passed through all the cells, then the amount of substance liberated or deposited at electrode, इसका आप अगर रेशियो लो तो वो proportional होगा to the electrochemical equivalent. तो हम लिख सकते हैं, let's say if there are two cells connected, एक सेल पे W1 डिपॉजिट हुआ, दूसरे सेल में W2 डिपॉजिट हुआ, that can be written as the ratio is equal to Z1 upon Z2, which is equal to equivalent weight E1 upon E2. Now students, moving towards the last part which is batteries. Batteries भी they are very important. Plain theoretical part of the chapter students जहाँ पे थोड़ा memorize करना पड़ता है, but do not ignore because इसमें काफ़ी easy और simple questions आ सकते हैं. So we have students, what exactly is a battery? Connection of cells in series will give us a battery. There are two types of battery students. एक होते हैं हमारे पास primary batteries, एक होती है हमारे पास secondary batteries. Primary batteries in simple they cannot be reused. आप उसको recharge नहीं कर सकते, आप ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. And secondary batteries can be reused. आप उसको फिर वो discharge हो गया, आप उसको फिर से charge कीजिए and it can be reused. So हमारे पास सबसे पहले जो primary battery है students, we have what is called as dry cell. Now students, यहाँ पे आपको कुछ important points याद में रखने हैं, जैसे कि dry cell के diagram में आपके पास anode कौन है, the carbon rod is the cathode, the zinc cup is the anode, and कौन सा paste अंदर प्रेजेंट है, आपके पास NH4Cl का पेस्ट है, MnO2 है, एंड व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली उसका फंक्शन क्या है मैं वो भी आपको बताता हूँ. सो प्राइमरी बैटरीज इट कैन नॉट बी रीयूज, हमने वो चीज़ लिखा है. द ड्राई सेल, इसको आप लेक्लान सेल भी कहते हैं, विच इज़ कॉमनली यूज इन अ ट्रांजिस्टर्स एंड क्लॉक. एनोड पे कुछ रिएक्शन हो रहा है स्टूडेंट्स एंड कैथोड पे रिएक्शन हो रहा है. यू हैव टू मेमोराइज दिस. और यहाँ पे हमें क्या ध्यान देना है, यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स at the cathode NH3 gas is produced and this NH3 is consumed by MnO2. So MnO2 का क्या function है students? To consume the NH3 produced. Also the ammonia produced in the reaction forms a complex with Zn2 plus and produces ZnNH3 2 plus. Dry cell Leclan cell produces a potential of somewhere around 1.5 volt. तो ये points आपको ध्यान में रखने हैं. Cathode, anode, what is the reaction at cathode, reaction at anode, वो paste का क्या काम है, what is the cell potential developed. Similarly the next है students जो हमने देखा रहेगा, जो हमारे watches में use होती है, which is called as mercury cell. Mercury cell में students हमारे पास zinc mercury amalgam which is used as the anode and a paste of HgON carbon is used as the cathode. यहाँ पे भी एक important electrolyte है which is KOH and ZnO. You need to memorize what is the reaction which takes place at the cathode and the reaction which takes place at the anode. Similarly students, यहाँ पे the cell potential is around 1.35 volt. A very important point to remember is this remains constant throughout its life and the overall reaction does not involve any ion in solution whose concentration can change. तो ये concentration constant रहती है. नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट्स वी हैव सेकेंडरी बैटरी. सेकेंडरी बैटरी यहाँ पे हमारे पास लेड एक्यूमुलेटर है. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स आप जैसे कि ड्यूरिंग डिस्चार्जिंग या चार्जिंग आप कुछ भी दोनों रिएक्शंस आपको पूछ सकते हैं. सो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे हमें डिस्चार्ज के टाइम के रिएक्शंस दिए हैं, आप उसको रिवर्स में लिख दो तो आप बोल सकते हैं ड्यूरिंग चार्जिंग के रिएक्शंस है. सो वन मोर थिंग दैट वी नीड टू रिमेंबर ओवर हियर स्टूडेंट्स इज what is the anode made up of, what is the cathode and the concentration of the electrolyte. जैसे कि यहाँ पे students 38% sulfuric acid solution. So the concentration of H2SO4 decides the voltage of the battery. यहाँ पे lead anode है and a grid of lead packed with lead dioxide is a cathode. यहाँ पे 38% solution of sulfuric acid है. एनोड के रिएक्शन पे लेड इज गेटिंग ऑक्सीडाइज, लेड सल्फेट एंड यहाँ पे लेड ऑक्साइड PbSO4. ड्यूरिंग चार्जिंग ये टोटली ऑपोजिट हो जाएंगे. दिस इज द ओवरऑल रिएक्शन ड्यूरिंग चार्जिंग, आप इसको ऑपोजिट में लिख देना. नेक्स्ट वी हैव स्टूडेंट्स निकल कैडमियम बैटरी. निकल कैडमियम में हमें एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ध्यान में रखना है यहाँ पे, दैट ड्यूरिंग चार्जिंग द रिएक्शंस आर रिवर्स्ड and no gas is produced, so nickel cadmium battery can be easily sealed. यहाँ पे निकल कैडमियम बैटरी का एक सिंपल सा रिएक्शन दिया है, मेक श्योर यू मेमोराइज दिस. लास्ट में स्टूडेंट्स वी हैव वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट समथिंग कॉल्ड एज अ फ्यूल सेल. यहाँ पे हमारे पास हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन फ्यूल सेल है. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे फ्यूल सेल के बारे में थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. दीज आर गैल्वेनिक सेल्स दैट आर डिजाइन्ड टू कन्वर्ट द कंबशन ऑफ फ्यूल्स लाइक हाइड्रोजन, मीथेन, मिथेनॉल directly convert their energies into electrical energy, and these are called as fuel cells. यहाँ पे यही fuel cell student was used in the Apollo space program. And this cell, hydrogen and oxygen gas यहाँ पे students is bubbled through porous carbon electrodes. Catalyst like finely divided platinum or palladium metal is used. Reaction at the cathode दिया students, reaction at the anode. ओवरऑल रिएक्शन अगर आप ध्यान से देखिए तो इट इज जस्ट H2 + O2 बिकम्स टू H2O, और वो वाटर हम यूज करते थे इन द अपोलो स्पेस प्रोग्राम. वन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट वी नीड टू रिमेंबर हियर स्टूडेंट्स इज दैट द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ दिस सेल इज अराउंड 70%. लास्ट टॉपिक हमारे पास जो है स्टूडेंट्स इज कोरोजन. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज कोरोजन? Corrosion slowly coats the surface of metal objects with oxides or salts of the metal. सबसे basic example हमें पता है the rusting of iron, tarnishing of silver, etc. All these are examples of corrosion. Let's understand students what really happens corrosion में. यहाँ पे तो आपके पास let's say this is an uneven metal surface जहाँ पे Fe ions oxidize हो जाते हैं. they release electrons, and atmosphere में जो present oxygen है they will gain these electrons and they reduce, which produces H2O, and ये cycle फिर continue होता है. So the reaction at anode, यहाँ पे reaction at cathode, this is the overall reaction of corrosion. We also need to remember some simple techniques for prevention of corrosion जो मैंने यहाँ पे मार्क करके रखा है. वी नो दैट इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग है एंड देन सैक्रिफिशियल इलेक्ट्रोड्स है. ऑल दैट कैन बी यूज्ड इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड कोरोजन. सो स्टूडेंट्स ये सिंपल थियरी है. मेक श्योर आप एनसीईआरटी से डेफिनेटली यू गो थ्रू ऑल दिस थियरी, मेक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स. ऑल दिस कवर्स ऑल द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स इन इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री. आपको और डिटेल में पढ़ना है सो आई हैव द एंटायर प्लेलिस्ट, उसका लिंक शेयर्ड होगा इन द वीडियो डिस्क्रिप्शन. आई होप स्टूडेंट्स आपको ये लेक्चर पसंद आया. प्लीज़ लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर दिस वीडियो. थैंक यू सो मच फ्रॉम JP's Academy.